Round 2 of the Australian Pulsar Racing Association took place at the tight and twisty Wakefield Park. 25 cars filled the pit area, proving once again this is a category that is truly on the rise. The bang for your buck affordable Pulsars put on a great show with a healthy grid size of the opening round in Sydney, and round 2 promised to deliver more of the same action. The man they're all chasing is Dimitri Agathos in his N15 Pulsar. He is the defending series champ, and he's looking to move into championship contention once again this weekend.
I currently lead the championship after round 1, which is in a good position considering we're the defending champions. And also for round 2, we're looking for another consistent round to go with round 1. Also the first time we're running these new Toyo Tires, so we'll see how it goes.
3 races were scheduled for the weekend, but first we needed qualifying to sort out the grid. And it wasn't the defending champ who grabbed pole, rather it was Jay Robson who did so by smashing the qualifying lap record. He was pushed all the way with the top 5 cars all within 1 second of each other. Robson now had the perfect starting spot for race number 1.
I just had qualifying, put on pole. Looking forward to the first race off the front row. Will be a little bit different. For the first car race, so yeah, looking forward.
So with Robson on pole, we were ready for the first race of the weekend. Unfortunately, it would take place without Gene Alexander, who missed the 1-minute board. The pressure of starting from pole was too much for Robson, who rolled at the start of the race, earning himself a 5-second penalty to be added at the end of the race. But thankfully, he took the early lead and had a chance to try and build that 5-second buffer as the rest of the field squabbled for position around the tight Wakefield Park layout. The early part of the race saw Robson leading from Jordan Cox and his partner, Tyra Marinick, who had qualified an impressive third. Robson struggled to gap the field and eventually succumbed to the pressure, opening up the door for Jordan Cox, who gratefully took the lead a few laps in. This left girlfriend and boyfriend to scrap for second. Marinick saw the gap and went for it, trying to relegate her boyfriend and pole sitter back to third. And she managed to sneak through, but disaster as the two make contact coming onto the straight and Tyra Marinick is spun around. This will surely be an interesting debrief after the race, and one I'm sure the officials probably don't want to be a part of. Elsewhere, the experienced John Boston was pushing hard in his N14, his skill on display with this frantic wheelwork. Boston was in a ripper battle for the places inside the top 10 with Sean Ryan, Josh Heath, James Keane and Alex Lawrence. The 4 of them driving like it's Parramatta Road down Wakefield Park's front straight. But in the end, nobody could catch Jordan Cox, who won by a comfortable 2 seconds, with Dimitri Agathos and Dan Smith placing 2nd and 3rd thanks to Robson's 5-second penalty. Race 2 would see Jordan Cox off pole position and Jay Robson off the back of the grid due to the contact in race 1 with his girlfriend Tyra Marinick. Cox got the perfect start as the field whizzed through Wakefield's famous fast first corner. Knowing that he had to keep the pace up to run with the leader, Dan Smith overstepped his mark at the fishhook and ran it wide. Meanwhile, a good fight here between Sean Ryan and Josh Heath. Ryan looks down the inside of the fishhook and contact! Heavy contact as a matter of fact. It's a tight corner and this is often the case when trying to pass at the fishhook, but thankfully both cars can continue. Last lap and it's still Jordan Cox out front, looking to double up here this weekend, and he does so, leading from start to finish. Very close finish also for 3rd between Keane and Lawrence. Driver of the race has to be Jay Robson though. He drove from 25th to 9th, but congratulations to Jordan Cox, who has 2 wins to his name this weekend. Okay, time for the final race of the weekend. This is the trophy race, and once again it's Jordan Cox who has the pole position off the back of his win in race 2. Cox again nailing the start, leading the pack through the opening first few corners. This was exactly what he needed to do to have a shot at a 3rd straight win. Behind him, the field squabbled for position with Robson on an absolute charge. After starting out of P9, Robson keen to make up for his mistake in race 1 and was absolutely charging through the field, passing cars with ease. He has his sights set on making it into the top 3 in this, the final race. Elsewhere, Ben Silvestro's putting on a good show, passing plenty of cars in the number 85 N15. This is a difficult track to pass. It's very busy out there. Up front, Cox has a commanding lead, but there's a great fight for second between Marinick and Agathos. Marinick has done a good job this weekend fighting her way back after the contact in race 1, but it's Dimitri Agathos who would win this battle after some time. Meanwhile, Robson has caught the front runners and puts a move on his girlfriend, moves into third position. Oh, and there's drama at the fishhook between Mark Crutcher and Matt Dickey. The fishhook has claimed a few this weekend. In the end, it was Jordan Cox getting the clean sweep of all 3 races this weekend, with a great display of cool driving up front, while Dimitri Agathos came home for second. The fast finishing Robson was third. He broke the race lap record on his way home, finishing ahead of Marinick. Congratulations, though, to Jordan Cox on his round win. We look forward to the next round of the Australian Pulsar Racing Association, which will once again bring us back to Wakefield Park on June 26. We'll see you there.